It's often said that there's no evidence to support the supernatural or God. But is this true? I mean, is this really true? In 2014, YouGov carried out a poll which found that 34% of people believed in ghosts, 28% claimed to have felt the presence of a supernatural being, of whom I'm one, and 9% claimed to have communicated with the dead. In 2018, a survey carried out in America found that 55% of doctors had witnessed a miracle within their own practices. In China, there is currently an explosive growth in Christianity. 90% of this growth is attributed to them either having experienced a miracle for themselves, or they know of somebody who has experienced a miracle. Part 2 of this book contains 7 astonishing examples of the supernatural, beginning of course with the resurrection. The Shroud of Turin is only contentious because of its implications. And I've also included 5 examples of Marian apparitions. 1917, Portugal, Fatima. 3 shepherd children claimed that they'd been visited by Mary. They prophesied the beginning of World War II in 1939, which was astonishing because World War I hadn't even finished. They prophesied that Russia would become an atheist communist country and spread its ideology all over the world. Once again, this was absolutely astonishing because at that time, Russia was amongst the most religious countries in the world. They also predicted a miracle at a certain time in a certain place, and at that time, more than 70,000 people witnessed what is called the miracle of the sun. And it's worth bearing in mind that many of them went there to scoff. Lourdes in France. From the 1850s, there have been thousands of miraculous healings, up to and including the present day. Guadalupe, Mexico, visited by more than 20 million pilgrims every year. Medjugorje, Bosnia. 1981, 6 local children claimed to have been visited by the Virgin Mary, pleading for peace. A few short years later, the brutal Yugoslavian civil war broke out. And perhaps the most astonishing one of the lot, Zeitoun, Egypt, approved by the Coptic Church, witnessed by more than 1 million people between 1968 and 1970, in what is a predominantly Muslim country. Belief in miracles gives us a reason to persevere and endure, and with God, anything is possible.